Inspired Afternoons with myself, Nafeesa Dangor, and that was definitely a heart-wrenching conversation with Sister Atia Ganshi from the Balloon Foundation. I think it got us thinking on many levels of the types of situations we think we're in and realizing what others are going through as well, and some of them are really way bad. But it's now time for some inspiration and tapping into people that are making such huge differences in their own lives and inspiring us to actually want to follow in their footsteps in some way. And one of them is Bibi Amina Phili. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's a 24-year-old Black Muslimah hailing from Durban, South Africa. She's bubbly, with an infectious smile. She comes from a big family. Her dream is to make her parents proud. Wow. Bibi Amina has worked at a local Muslim radio station for almost most, should we say, of her teen years and adult life. She's touched the lives of many through that passion and dedication. She's done many radio shows with different genres, and she's simply the jack of all trades and the underdog in the media industry. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Are you on the line, Sister Amina Phili? No, but okay. We're going to try and get a hold of her. We seem to have a loss in connection there. Let me tell you just a bit more about her. She's been in the media industry for almost 10 years, working and volunteering at various organizations, sharing her helping hand with everyone. In early 2020, she had taken a huge step, according to her, and branched into the television industry as a thirst for something different, which led her to start a YouTube channel. And that's what we're hoping she's going to talk to us about, is just like kind of pen out her journey, and how she actually got to where she is today with the types of challenges that she had experienced. She didn't actually let it stop right there. She took the extra initiative and the extra mile to make sure that she is where she is today. And very motivational woman, creating a company, and let me just get the name of that. It's called something Sisterhood. A sister, yes, she's called Support a Sister Foundation. And we wanted her to tell us more about that as well, because I think it's very important as women to be able to tap into each other and try and build each other up as opposed to breaking each other down, realizing each one's strengths and weaknesses and working on that, and helping each other through unity and strength and support, I think is very important. And Bibi Amina has that kind of should we say, outlook to life, to say, let's not stop at where we're at and the types of successes, should we say, in inverted commas, that we have so-called achieved. But let's go out and help others also by inspiring them and making them realize their potentials, and the different things that they can do with their lives, and try and make those differences. And she has done in many a direction. If I can read some of it, she says she aims to motivate and inspire women to be a better version of themselves and go for anything that they, achieve literally anything that they set their minds to. But talking about minds, it's of course having the correct mindset and the focus to be able to tell yourself that irrespective of the type of situation that you encounter or that you're in, you can most definitely overcome it. And that this is what she's taught us through the types of challenges that she's faced, irrespective. She's come out shining in some way or the other. And I think that type of fulfillment, knowing that through perseverance or what you can achieve, says a lot. Let's see if we can get on the line once again. Have we managed to get a hold of Sister Amina? Not as yet. Okay, we're going to go for a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment when we do get a hold of her.
Okay, so she's just having connection issues, right? So if it doesn't work
If
out,
not, then we'll
have
just hit the
phone,
telephone.
Yeah. So we
Just when I started looking good, you guys
just trying
decided
for
to
the
stuff it. I
last
didn't
time.
look like Auntie Julie. Now
We're
you
just
decided.
trying for
Now
the
you guys
last time.
decided, nah, let's just.
Australia. America wanted World War III, and now the coronavirus is traveling around the world.
Well, I also thought about purchasing some crypto.
Crypto? What's that, like another pyramid scheme? I don't trust what I can't see.
There's an apartment in Belito.
So whole your family will be asking to stay there for free. And what if the government takes it away, eh?
Dad, I don't think it works like that.
I'll tell you what works. Gold. At your age, I invested in gold coins and it paid for your university fees and your wedding. No contracts, no agreements. Your investment is in your hands and you own it. With a 70% growth in only 5 years, do you still doubt gold investment? Contact RJ Coin today, 031 202 4701, or visit them at 151 Stephen Lamini Road in Musgrave, Durban. Randery Jewelers Gold Coin Exchange, your passport to gold investment.
Give charity without delay, for it stands in the way of calamities. For child-headed households in Bloemendal in the Eastern Cape, the daily diet consists of white bread and a carton of cheap juice or sugar water, known locally as the poppy water diet. Make a difference to that one child or family. The Al-Fida Foundation has over the past 13 years worked on the ground and gathered the largest database in the Eastern Cape region of Muslim zakah recipients. Phone our offices at 041 484 1288 or visit our website at www.alfida.co.za. The Al-Fida Foundation, your social investment partner in the Eastern Cape.
Salam Media, your link to a spiritual Ramadan.
لا تقل لي وحدي أو كيف السبيل أنت بالتحدي تصنع المستحيل.
Welcome back to Inspired Afternoons with myself, Nafeesa Dangor. And it's that time of the day, as I said earlier, where we tap into people that inspire us to actually achieve our goals. Because when we look at them and see the types of achievements that they've accoladed across the board, we tell ourselves we can also tap into that. And as I described the whole situation with Sister Bibi Amina Phili today, just quickly, she's award-winning media personality and the founder of Support a Sister Foundation, and she's going to pen out her journey to us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We seem to be having a connection problem, and there we go. There's Sister Bibi Amina. Thank you so much for joining us. It's so good to see you on StreamYard. A warm welcome to Inspired Afternoons with myself, Nafeesa Dangor. We appreciate you taking the time out and joining us on this very first day of Ramadan, and Ramadan Mubarak to you.
Ramadan Mubarak to you too, and walaikum salam to you as well as to your listeners. Can you guys hear me properly? Are we all good?
Yes, we're all good. I'm so excited to be able to chat to such a phenomenal human being. Geez, what accolades, what a lot of work, what amazing stuff. Yeah, you sound like the person that I'm actually started off with when I was young, is wanting to be in the media space and persevered as we went along to achieve my goals. But let's talk about your story, because I think it's a very interesting one. It's very inspiring, and I'd like to motivate a lot of other people that are in that space to want to actually follow in your footsteps. Bibi Amina, are you there on the line? We seem to be having a bit of a connection problem with Bibi Amina. As you know, the signals are not really good out there at the moment. So it is coming from her side. We're going to try to get her on the line once again. And as I was saying earlier, you know, it's so nice to see women actually creating this unity. And she's also, you know, into television. She has her own YouTube channel, as I said. And she wants to entice other women into getting into spaces that they'd like to aspire to. And that's what she helps them out with through the Sister Foundation, which I think is really phenomenal, because that's what it's about. It's about reaching out to each other, creating these differences. And I think we have her back on the line again. Let's see if we can chat to Sister Amina. Are we going to speak to her on telephone, or is she on? We're going to go to telephone. Okay, so let's try and chat to her. Okay, there we go. Sister Amina, are you on the line? Oh, that's so much better. Welcome back to the show. We seem to be having uh, we seem to be having an issue with your StreamYard signal, but that's fine. I want to thank you, as I said, for joining us and being such an inspiration. Give me a second. I'm sure our sound engineer will be able to sort that out. Is that sounding better? Shukar, that's good. I didn't want to miss out on this one. Talk to us a little bit about your journey. I mean, 24 years of age, having achieved so much in so little time, goes to show that, you're a go-getter, firstly, and a person that will always persevere irrespective of the challenge. So pen out your journey to us. I like how you say that, simpleton girl. A simple girl with many accolades. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Wow, that is amazing. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I understand that, and you sound like the type of person that always wanting to give back. So it's nice to see people like yourself still going out there, irrespective of the types of things that you achieve, but trying to help others achieve what they want as well. And I think that's important. And talk to us about, you're the founder of, the Sister Foundation. I think that's very interesting because, as I was speaking earlier while we were trying to get you back on the line, was the fact that, uh, you know, a lot of the times women have this consensus where they break each other down instead of building each other up. And we know that's a general thing throughout different communities as such. It's nice to see you going out there the extra mile and creating the sister foundation so that each one can understand the type of value that they have, and using it to create the types of potentials and moving themselves forward through that. Sister Amina, are you still there? Yes. Okay. So, as I said, I think it's very important to get involved with this types of sisterhood, which they call it we'll call it in inverted commas, the sisterhood, which entices women to actually create a united front, unity, that Ubuntu that we always speak about, to be able to go forward and reach out and help each other, to entice each other into better spaces, and creating, of course, the support structures that we're also looking for. Because many of us, and especially now during the COVID period, have experienced so many difficulties and challenges, but having to pull together and then create the sisterhood, I think, is so phenomenal. What is your take on your sister foundation, and how has it helped during this particular period?
Okay, so basically it's actually called the Supported Sister Foundation, and I'm actually getting feedback. It's actually, I don't know, I think maybe today is such a bad day because I can't hear, and it's not really sounding so well in my end. But I think it's much clearer now.
Is it getting better? I must apologize. There seems to be a signal issue, and I think it's coming from your side there. I think many people are having signal issues during the course of the day today. Is it sounding better now, or should we try that again?
You see, the thing is that I can hear you. Yourself quite badly.
Okay, so we're echoing. I see that.
I can't literally hear your question properly.
Okay, if we're echoing, what we're going to do is let's go for a quick break and see if we can try getting you once again on the line and see if that's going to make a difference. Stay with us. We'll be back with you in a moment.
You told me I can never be anything. Yeah.
What is going on? How
But I'll
is it her signal or is it ours?
show you
Yeah, you know what's happening.
there's nothing that I can
No,
do
first it was happening with me.
if I
When I
put
talk,
trust in
I
it.
can hear myself talk.
I'm gonna find my own voice, yeah. I'm gonna make my own way. Here's the only reason I'm gonna find a better day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In between all the noises, underneath all the day. Here's the only reason I'm gonna find a better day.
Actually, I could hear myself talking initially, and then you turn something down.
You left me with no return inside. A hollow scream in the middle of the night. So won't you please let go of me inside? I need to spread my soul and fly. Gonna find my own voice, yeah. I'm gonna make my own way. Here's the only reason I'm gonna find a better day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In between all the noises, underneath all the pain. Here's the only reason I'm gonna find a better day. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back, and we're going to try and inspire you for the third time. Unfortunately, one of us has been having a signal problem. Apologies for that, but we're going to go try Sister Amina again. Bibi Amina, it's so great to have you on. Can you hear us very well, loud and clear now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Oh, that's so much better. Yes.
Let's do this.
Now I'm looking forward to this conversation because we were going to miss out on the essence of Bibi Amina, and that wouldn't have been very right. Firstly, I want to commend you on all your accolades. I mean, as we were talking about, you started off at the age of 24 and then was working. I'm just playing out the journey quickly for viewers that have missed out on a local radio station for most of your teens in adult life. And then of course, the go-getter like I am, you sound a lot like me. Wanting to open up your own YouTube channel, and what is that meant for you?
You know what? Because I mean, starting this channel from something really small. You know, one day I said, you know what? I want to do this, and then everybody thought, because usually, like when I start off with ideas, I tend to get them done, but then after a while, it kind of like fades off. But there's just something about this particular YouTube channel that I really wanted to push. And I you know, to me, you know, whether I have 100 subscribers, whether I have 5 subscribers, the fact that I can reach those 5 people and the fact that I can reach those 100 people, that's good enough for me. You know, when I started this channel, it wasn't for fame. It was just for the love of basically what I do. And it started off like I was actually saying, and then I just jumped onto saying something else, you know. It just started off with something as simple as I want to start something because I want to inspire and motivate other people. And then, yeah, that's where Let's Sit Down came out from. And then week after week, we're pushing out as many episodes as we can. People are giving such amazing feedback. And I was recognized by Farnaz from Panache, Woman of Wonder. And that's how I got this beautiful award. You know, I was surrounded by such phenomenal women. I felt like such a small fish in such a big pond with all these, you know, fantastic women. But yeah, that's basically how and where the love of all of this started.
Which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Where do you see yourself heading to with this particular YouTube channel? What sort of content do we look forward to when we get on there?
Well, it is a lifestyle channel, but then we do kind of hit some contemporary politics here and there, you know, something for the ladies, something for the guys. And, you know, basically this is the channel for me to test out the waters, what is my strong points and what are my weak points. And then from there we will see how far we can go. And just to let your viewers know, you guys are the first people to know it's going to be coming to your TV set very soon. So
wow.
So it started as something very small, but inshallah it's going to be on your set very soon. And yeah, all I can do is thank the Almighty for giving me this.
That's absolutely amazing. So where can we look out for it?
Well, it's coming soon. I can't necessarily say much.
Not yet.
But
You're enticing us, but you're hanging us at the same time. We're not getting much of it, but we are going to look forward to it, and we're going to anticipate and wait for that. And I'm hoping that you're going to let me know about it so that I can evidently follow and see what is going on there. But talk to us a little bit about the show. What can people expect from it? I mean, are you moving people into better spaces? What sort of things are we going to, should we say, expect from this particular show?
Well, the show, like I said earlier on, it is a lifestyle show. And what people can expect by, you know, I would say, first of all, start by subscribing to my channel. Let's start there, right? What you can enjoy is, like I said, it's contemporary politics. This is a platform that it's an initiative that I've come up with to speak to the professional person, to speak about their daily lives. Like, for example, let's choose someone like Jacob Zuma. We always see him in a very, this political way. You know, basically what I would do, I would go the other route and basically sit down and get to know who Jacob Zuma is. How has he gotten where he is today? What ways has he chosen, or what has he done to make him, be greater and get better? And in that way, other people who look up to the guy can basically see some inspiration from there.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I understand what you're saying. So you're literally creating the alternate perspective as opposed to what people are normally used to looking at. Saying, let's start looking at the positives as opposed to the negatives. And I think that's important. what sort of should we say outlook do you have when it comes to sisterhood and the sister foundation that you created? Because as I was saying earlier, before we broke away, it's very important to be able to tap into each other and help each other move forward as opposed to backward.
Now, the Support of Sister Foundation was created to unify and create a bond and a sisterhood. I would say home away from home. Somebody whom you don't know, create this bond, helping sisters that I need. There are so many sisters that are out there that need help, and I'm not even talking about financially. Right. I'm not even talking about, to give them grocery hampers and all these things, but I'm talking about really tapping into the sister's heart and, getting in touch with how she's feeling. Some sisters, let's talk about the revert sisters, right? They come into religion and they are completely lost because it is something foreign to them. And there's nobody, as much as when the person, becomes a Muslim, there are so many people around them. But then after a few weeks, this person is performing salah, learning things on their own, So as Support a Sister, that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to look for these sisters and create a sisterhood, create a partnership. So then no sister is leaving the fold of Islam because, it's too hard or they don't understand. So that's why it was, actually created for people to really tap into that into that sphere.
I think that was really needed, and I think you're bridging that gap because, as you were saying, if you go to many rural areas or particular townships as such, and you find people that have come into that fold, as you were saying, they need some form of direction, and it's nice to see that sisterhood is and support structure is created through the foundation itself, so they get the proper direction and the real true way of living through an Islamic life and understanding the value behind it through your foundation and through yourself. So I think you're doing a phenomenal job when it comes to that, and we'd like to commend you on that because the thing is, it's important to be able to take that dawah work forward.
Absolutely. But I just want to thank you guys for inviting me on this platform and allowing me to share my story, even though the connection was really not.
Yes, I was going to say, unfortunately, there was a bad connection. I'm hoping we can tap into each other going forward in the future on another platform in another day. And just spin out a proper journey of yourself and what it's meant for you. But what does it mean for you knowing that, as you were saying, even if you can change 10 lives or 5 lives, what does it mean for you knowing that you went out there and with the accolades that you had, irrespective, with loads of humility, you actually changed somebody's life for the better?
In the beginning, all I can say is Alhamdulillah, because through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has given me the strength, the tenacity, the skill, the energy to go out and speak to these people and, be an inspiration to them. When I see somebody, benefiting from my hand, it just gives me such happiness, knowing that I have done something in this person's life, and not to say that I'm going to do something to this person so I can get something in return. That's not my intention. My intention is to do something and allow these people to grow from what I have, done for them or what I have taught them. And that's what I live by.
I like how they say you're the jack of all trades. I think that's so apt, but I think they got it wrong. It's actually the Jane of all trades. And I want to commend you because you've taken everything that you've known, put it into your sphere, and try to use it in a positive direction to be able to empower others. And I think that's important, is having to be able to reach out and change. And, as you were saying, for me, I always believe in one thing, is even if you change one life for the better, it makes such a difference. And that's what my show is actually about, is creating that positive vibe and helping women empower themselves just the way you do, and encouraging them to be able to educate them with the relative issues that they face in their lives, and help them through education and inspiration and empower them in a different direction. So likewise, that is why I said I relate to you and your show and what you're doing. And I think that the work that you're doing has such a meaningful purpose behind it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. What message would you like to leave our viewers with this afternoon? I'm so sorry. I must apologize for the technical difficulties that we came across this afternoon. But inshallah, I'm hoping we could tap into each other once again.
Yeah, I'm
and do
hoping
this
that
all
we can do
over.
this again,
I'm
actually.
sure we will. Real soon, we'll give you a shot and we'll get through that journey once again. Because I really want our viewers to actually get the essence of Bibi Amina Phili and what it means to be able to reach out to people and change lives for that better. What message would you like to leave us with this afternoon?
Oh, what message I can give out to, I would say, women, because that's what I'm for. Not that I don't like men or anything. But I'm for women and I support women 100% as well as men. But what I can say is to never give up. You know, those who dream, don't stop dreaming. You know, you could be at that, what's end of getting things, at your plate. Don't stop, don't give up. And I always tell people, when you wake up in the morning and look yourself in the mirror, and when you see that fire in your eyes to succeed, to do better, and to greater, never ever let that fire go out. That's all I can say. Don't let that fire go out.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, and I so agree with you. It's having to just keep going, and realizing it. And I was reading something the other day that I so relate to what you're saying. It says, how we get to success. We could be a few steps away, and then suddenly we just give up. And not realizing that we're almost there. And you're so right with what you're saying. I think that's a strong message for our viewers to say, let's keep going, let's persevering. And let's not give up on the types of challenges that we're facing, because these are all our tests and it's how we deal with it that matters.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to tap into you once again one of these fine days. But in the interim, we wish you well over the Ramadan period. And we want to thank you so much for taking that time out to join us and entice us, should we say, into an inspirational space.
Absolutely. It's only my pleasure. And Ramadan Mubarak to you guys, as well as to your viewers and listeners. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bibi Amina Phili, an award-winning media personality and founder of the Support Sister Foundation. Unfortunately, we didn't get much out of her this afternoon due to the technical difficulties, but we are hoping to tap into her again real soon. So keep watching this space. We're going to go for a quick break.